I don't understand why anybody wouldn't want to see Sam Wilson as Captain America Falcon. This shit kind of go hard, right? I can't even lie. The way that this motherfucker is flying with this shield, throwing it, bouncing it off of walls and enemies and shit like that, right? It's pretty dope. You can see Captain America right now. He's fucking out here fishing with Sharon Carter while he's on comms with fucking Sam, like, yo, like, everything good? Like, and Sharon's like, yo, leave him alone. He's handled Hydra before. I wanted to bring this up. And the reason that I wanted to bring this up is because I don't know if people are trolling. I don't know if people are dead serious. Like, there are people who are dead serious about there not being a black Captain America, and that they're not even saying Steve Rogers. They just like, yo, I don't want a black Captain America. Like, they going crazy. I had comments pulled up, but Anthony Mack. Oh, it's fucking right here in my face. Anthony Mackie is not Captain America. You can't try to force whatever you want on American public. The bottom line is he is not. If he is Captain America, then Steve Rogers is Black Panther. Yo, I don't understand why that has to do with, like, what does it have to do with anything? It's in the comics, and I don't want to be that person that's like, oh, you should read the comics or anything like that. But you know, as like somebody who maybe doesn't like read the comics and they just like the MCU, like, if you're that hellbent or you're that butthurt about Steve Rogers not being Captain America, don't you know that there's like multiple comics where it's like Steve and Bucky are Captain America? There's been some people that kind of like go back and forth, like, oh, I wish Winter Soldier was Captain America. And you know, I understand that. You know, I understand that you want Winter Soldier. He's a fire ass character. He's a cool ass character. There's a little tension between the U.S. government and Bucky, because you gotta like look at it from the standpoint. It's like, yo, this motherfucker Bucky was working for Hydra. That's goddamn near like a fucking red communist fucking military bad guy who was trying to take down the United States. And yeah, he was under mind control. But if you got caught under mind control, you could probably get caught again. So why would we trust you being, you know, somebody that represents the United States? Like, you know, it's tough. And maybe they would include him in some missions, but to be the poster child, to be the person that's like shaking baby's hand or kissing baby, shaking hands, whatever you want to call it, to America, it's like weird. But then on the other side, it's like, does America want to post up a black person being Captain America? Which I think is also one of the topics that's gonna be in this new series. I think that was a topic that was in Falcon and Winter Soldier, which is why they had U.S. Agent. Because it's like, yo, we know we don't want this Negro to be fucking Captain America. But it's like, yo, it's like, come on, yo. He's Captain America. Right? How is he Captain America? Steve Rogers gave him the shield. He was like, yo, hold it down for me. You're the one. You're the guy. Right? He even did it in the fucking in the movie, right? He even did it in the movie. Look at this. You see him sitting down there. I don't need to fucking play it, but you get the gist. Come on, bro. Steve Rogers literally gave Sam the shield and was like, yo, you're the one. You're the guy. So how could you guys literally like, yo, we want Steve Rogers, like he's the man, blah, blah, blah. But you guys don't want to respect him for giving the shield and saying, yo, you're the next Captain America. It don't make any sense. It's the same thing that you got, how you guys feel about them hiring RDJ to be Doctor Doom, and you're like, yo, like he was Tony Stark. He was Iron Man. Like you can't go against his sacrifice that what he did. Well, Steve basically said, hey, I choose for Sam to be Captain America. Sam even goes to Bucky like, yo, you should have got this. And he's like, nah, I look better on you anyway. Because he knows what time it is. He's like, yo, they would never trust me. I can never be Captain America. Right? So now I wanted to pull up these two comics. I'm not going to go like super in detail on them. But both of them, right? All New Captain America issue 1 from 2014. And I think Captain America Reborn, which is from, I don't fucking know when. But Obviously, this one has Sam as Captain America. This one has Bucky as Captain America. And the big difference between the two is that in the one where Sam is Captain America, Steve Rogers actually says, I want you to be Captain America. In the one where Bucky's Captain America, Steve Rogers actually ends up dying, right? He doesn't like really die, but they kill him and he gets stuck into another dimension or like time space shit. And so he's not around. So Bucky takes on Captain America to basically represent like, yo, Captain America's still here, right? That's the two biggest things. And both of these are fire. And both of these are fire ass stories. And you can kind of like interwoven both of these stories because it is very similar. Basically, y'all remember Zola, right? Zola from the MCU. Zola is obviously in this as well. He basically creates a machine with fucking Red Skull, Norman Osborn. Doctor Doom creates like this weapon to like kill Captain America, but it ends like all three of them basically create this scenario to where Captain America gets like stuck in like a different dimension to where like time kind of like works weird. And so Captain America ends up meeting Zola's son and kind of like takes him under his wing and raises him. He also meets fucking Sharon Carter, like a different version of her. And then Steve ends up coming back, but then he gets the super serum taken away from him, so he ages like rapidly, and so he can't be Captain America anymore. So he's like, yo, Sam, you got it. Me and Sharon, we're gonna sip pina coladas and like I'll call you on you'll get my cell phone number. Like I'll help you on some missions. But like, yo, when I'm clapping her old cheeks on the beaches of fucking what was be Mauritius Islands or whatever, like you got my number, but just leave us alone, all right? And then on this one, it's kind of like the same thing. Like Captain America is going through like different time and shit, and they're trying to figure out as far as Falcon, Bucky, Captain America, Natasha, who else is in there? Sharon Carter, who's the actual person that does clip him or shoot him. They're trying to figure out how to get the parts to Zola to basically figure out how to get Steve Rogers back, right? So it's mad shit. All right. If you read through this, like it, it's pretty fucking fire. I don't understand why anybody wouldn't want to see Sam Wilson as Captain America Falcon. This shit kind of go hard, right? I can't even lie. The way that this motherfucker is flying with this shield, throwing it, bouncing it off of walls and enemies and shit like that, right? It's pretty dope. You can see Captain America right now. He's fucking out here fishing with Sharon Carter while he's on comms with fucking Sam, like, yo, like, everything good? Like, and Sharon's like, yo, leave him alone. He's handled Hydra before, right? So he's just going through it, fucking clipping. This artwork is fucking fire, bro. Like, this gotta be A1. And this is from 2016. Oh, I'm with it. I'm with it. But yeah, so also I forgot to mention that Zola's son, the one that Steve Rogers was raising to basically kind of like be like his son, he comes back and he's Nomad. So he's kind of like the sidekick to Sam Wilson, which is cool. I think he also has super serum or whatever. But like, yeah, like come on. You cannot tell me that this shit doesn't look fire enough for you to say, yo, I could see how Sam could be Captain America. I'm a watch this movie, right? You can't tell me that this don't look fire, right? He's fighting fucking Hydra. He's fighting mad flunkies. This fucking dude, I never seen this dude before, so somebody let me know who he. Obviously, his name is here, but I've never seen him before. But he's like, I think he's like French, and he's like shitting on Captain America. He's shitting on America. He's like, yo, Americans like you and your fast food. That's why you're not better than me. He's out here eating fucking baguettes or some bullshit. And yeah, I just think that's funny. Um, but yeah, I mean, all in all, it's like, yo, this shit looks fire. Now, look at Baron Zemo, fucking Crossbones, fucking Taskmaster back there, Red Skull, obviously. Like, yo, this shit looks fire. This shit looks fire. Now, with this one is cool too. This one is cool too because now we get to see Steve Rogers kind of go through different periods of time. And basically what happens is, who the fuck was it? Hammer tried to fucking kill some senator or some shit like that. And Steve hops in the way of it and he gets clipped. But he doesn't die from that. There's a lot of commotion, and this chick Sharon, she goes up to him with the blicky and bang bang pops him, and he dies. So now the mission is to figure out where Zola is, so they can figure out like what the fuck's going on. And this you can see this Captain America here. This is actually Bucky, right? And this is Natasha, obviously Black Widow, right? So we got all that shit. They're going into Hammer's fucking spaceship. All right, cool, cool. We got all that, right? Then this is where Vision, Hank Pym, Sam Wilson, and Sharon, they basically go over Sharon's story. Like, yo, I was under mind control of Red Skull. He was like torturing me. He made me kill Captain America, but it didn't kill him. It brought him into like another dimension. And this is the weapon that I used. This is Doctor Doom tech. So now they're figuring out like, yo, what the fuck do we need to do? We need to figure out like how to reverse it and shit like that. This is like the thing where she kind of saw where Steve Rogers was. So I have to continue reading the other issues, but all in all, basically what's happening is Bucky is taking on the moniker of Captain America, and they're figuring out how to get Steve Rogers back. So, and this is the one. This is the one that I picked. Obviously, if there's more, we could fucking talk about it. Let me know in the comments. Like I said, I do not come here to be like the comic book expert, guy. I'm here with you guys. I'm just like a nerd. I love this shit, but I'm not gonna be that guy who's trying to like politically correct people or comically correct and shit like this. Like, no, we're gonna check this shit out. We're gonna vibe out, rock out, and just talk shit about it. And then that's it. If you guys have a better comic that can kind of like change my mind or persuade me, fucking let me know in the comments, DM me or whatever it is, right? And I'll read it if I can bring it up on the next podcast, and I'll fucking do it. But yeah, so this is cool. We get to see Nick Fury, hey, the white Nick Fury for all of you anti woke people, right? Right. Um, then what's cool is what happens. They figure out that Zola, his parts aren't there, so they expected Zola to be like in pieces, and they were gonna get those pieces, bring it back, and kind of like put them together so they could figure out. It's like, yo, we need to figure out how to get Captain back, right? So they're on the ship. This dude pops up. I don't know who this dude is, but we know who this is right here. I was shocked to see. I was like, oh shit. Spider-Man. Obviously this is Venom because it says it right here. So this is Venom portraying like he's Peter Parker. Fire. That's fire. If they brought that up in the MCU, I'm with it. I'm fucking with it. So that's kind of hard as fuck right there, right? So then later on we see Norman Osborn with Zola, and he basically talks about where the fuck Steve Rogers is. On like a very physics level, like he's stuck somewhere in multiple space times, and then they kind of like cut it out right there. But yeah, I mean, both of these stories are fly. They kind of like are interwoven a little bit because in the one with Sam Wilson, obviously Steve was in another dimension where time, kind of like passed on differently, and he was able to raise Zola's son, meet up with Sharon Carter, was able to come back to the present main timeline, but then he lost his super serum and shit like that. And then while that's after that happens, he gives Sam the shield. During that aspect, who has the shield? Bucky. He's Captain America. I don't know if America is on board with Bucky being Captain America, and if he just like has the shield and they can't get it from him. Again, I gotta keep reading the comics, but either way, there's two fire comics, two fire storylines. I feel like both could be true, right? You can have. We already got Steve Rogers as Captain America. Sam Wilson, he could be Captain America. That's the direction that they wanted to go in the MCU. Could Bucky have been Captain America as well? Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. They both were in the comics, obviously, in the comics, as we saw. Um, I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'm just saying the one that MC went with is Sam Wilson. Don't think that it's not going to be fire because Sam Wilson or there's a black Captain America and you want Steve Rogers. If the movie is gonna be trash, it's just because the movie is trash. Story writing, action, CG, all of that shit. That's the regular shit on why stories are trash, right? But you can't say, oh, there was no black Captain America, because there was. You can't say, oh, Bucky wasn't Captain America, because there was. All of it's true. We just gotta wait and see if the movie's good because of writing, storytelling, action, CGI, all that shit.